All right, it has been a while since the last Hovind stream. Yeah, I've been streaming a lot less for the past near month now. Um, just been what it is, been busy doing other stuff. But yeah, right now it's Sunday morning, and we're going to look at Hovind stream, ironically, from Wednesday. Sorry, I had a bit of the yawn there. Which actually wasn't even a fresh stream. It was streamed, but well, I'll just show you guys. Let me click on the magic button that takes you to the Dr. Dino, where he's still bannovating on YouTube, because of course he is. What they did is they
The fifth.
streamed. See, this is funny. It's freshly streamed, right? But it's the December 15th, 2023 video, making babies, ducks. Because recall this weird series Kent did of making babies, which was also a set of books apparently, all about random animal reproduction, and just asking, how did that evolve? How did that evolve? How did that evolve? As if any random person is just magically an expert on duck reproduction. Why don't you ask the people who actually study these creatures, and essentially have studied their evolutionary history, and they could explain it to you, Kent. But yeah, instead of doing a fresh one or anything, they redid this, which they've been doing a bit of this now and then, which tells me that Kent is getting more and more tired. So we are definitely on the waning days of Hovind. Take that for what you will. But let's just get to it and see if there is anything crazy going on. Let me triple check once more that all right, everything looks copacetic on this end. And see, there's a couple of people here right now. Shoot a message in the chat so I at least know that chat's working, because I think it might be broken. I don't know. So just say something and let me know. Anyway, let's get to it.
15th, my wife and I's anniversary.
Not no more, it ain't.
Again, every day we have an anniversary. Okay. December 15th, tonight, making babies, the ducks. How would like you evolution?
How much preamble does he actually have here? Because I'm wondering if because I want to get into the nitty gritty. We'll go till he gets into his usual preamble, which is long outdated, and then we'll move forward.
Is to finally step up to the plate and give a scientific answer for how this evolved. You claim everything just happened by chance from mutations. How did this method of reproduction evolve in the duck? I'll bet $5 you can't do it, because you haven't done any of the rest of them. It's number 143. They haven't done any, have they? No. Come on. You folks who believe you came from a rock, tell us.
You folks who believe you came from a rock.
How this happened. Okay. You can follow us on.
This is a random interjection, but I just wanted to point out that real time in Discord, I'm getting notice that apparently there were comments on my previous video, and there are live comments on this one, and they're not showing. So Restream is broken yet again. I absolutely fucking love it. I'm just so happy that I can't see anybody's comments. Just beautiful. Let's continue.
Rumble, let's see here. Right there. Okay. Right there. On Rumble channel and on YouTube on Genesis Baptist Church, and Kent Hovind official on Odyssey, and a bunch more listed on drdiner.com. Now, parental advisory tonight. We're going to tell how ducks make babies. So if your kids don't know how babies are made, you don't want them to learn yet, well, get them out of the room. Okay. There's baby bunnies, dinosaurs.
Oh, it's kind of refreshing after the way this week has been to hear Hovind's stupidity.
Eventually, we got all kinds of baby goats. How's those triplet goats doing? Oh, did you guys get to see the triplet goats we had, 5 days ago? Yeah, they're friendly. Pick them up. Okay, today we did the velvet worm, the octopus. Let's see, no, it's not tonight, walking stick. Tonight is the ducks. Coming to you live from Genesis Baptist Church at Dinosaur Adventureland in Lenox, Alabama. Solomon said, go to the ant. There's things you can learn from an ant. We'll talk about that when you guys take the tour tomorrow, okay? Plenty to learn from an ant. Consider the lilies. There's lots to learn from a lily, okay? They're beautiful and they don't worry about their clothes. God said, better consider those things. Consider the ravens.
Consider the fact that nothing exists. None of these gods or anything exist. I'm trying to pull up my own dang stream on my phone, by the way, so I can see comments, and YouTube apparently doesn't even want to give me that pleasure. So, I don't know. It seems like the whole damn internet's just broken for me today.
Talked about this in the other previous ones, because how many different types of ducks are there? Oh, there's not a duck. But in our 777 Club, help us to open for free, drdino.com. We never charge anything. People can come for free. Any donations, make them to CSE.
Yeah, there is legitimately a whole damned, damn chat going on here. Just saying, Chris, show me where a turkey comes from a non-turkey turkey. The wife anniversary comments from Rogue Rainbow, some more turkey. No, there were still dinosaurs in unknown parts of the world, whatever those are. Yeah, and so Restream just isn't populating those comments. So this fucking sucks, quite honestly, right now.
That's Creation Science Evangelism, our ministry headquarters, our name. Let's see. Did our video series? Is it still? They still get a Christmas in time for Christmas?
Oh, good God. Okay, we're jumping ahead on this.
Okay. Male and female.
Wow, potato can from the Hovind.
It's the only two there are. So let's see. He blessed them and said, be fruitful and multiply. He gave the command for all life forms to make babies, and he gave the needed equipment and the great drive to do that. Why would any animal want to make more babies? It just adds to the cost of living. How many of you parents have kids and it raised the cost of your household around there? Cost of food, cost of utilities, cost of clothing. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, then why do all you fucking idiots have so many goddamn kids, huh? If you're going to complain about it, huh?
God made an amazing variety of ways that animals make babies, and we've been trying to get you evolutionists to answer some of these. I've got a theory. God made these wide variety of ways just so your evolution religion would look stupid.
That is just fucking idiotic, Kent. They just made it this way just to make some random idea look stupid. Instead of just making it where the idea could never come to anybody. I'm gonna make it where it looks stupid, but only to me and my idiot followers, and anyone else it remotely, has a clue about anything. It makes perfect fucking sense.
It looks stupid without it, but it looks worse with that. David said, I'm fearfully and wonderfully made. Okay, we talked about the anglerfish. Nobody answered that one. Nobody answered the tardigrade, how they make babies.
The tardigrade, not tardigrade. The only tardy thing is you.
The honeybee. Let me skip up to slide number, I think it's 147.
Now just imagine Ken Hovind with a magnifying glass watching bees get it on.
The velvet worm we did last week, and now the duck. I predict none of you will answer this one either. Is it okay to have a thermal undershirt under Hawaiian shirt? Is there a rule against?
Who the goddamn hell cares, Kent? Holy fuck.
Against that? There is no dress code. Good. It's a little chilly out here. Okay.
Doesn't matter. Get on with your stupid animal sex that you obsess over, Hovind.
I'm a duck. My creator made me. If you think I evolved from nothing for no reason, you're an idiot. God said, let the earth bring forth. He made all the creeping things he just made by speaking. But man, he created him by his hands, okay? Tonight we're going to learn about an extremely common animal, the duck. 167 varieties of duck, and they probably had a common ancestor called a duck. Doesn't prove they're related to bananas and whales, okay? Lots of different kinds.
Are they their own kind? Or is the duck kind separate from the bird kind, Kent? What about swan kind? Other kinds. Can you draw out how this all connects and where the lines are? Where's the limit, Kent? I need to know. I need a phylogenetic tree according to your ass.
Of ducks. They put them in two different categories. Those that dive under the water. We'll talk about that in just a minute here. Duck breeds, maple leaf farms. Most common breed to make to the plate, in other words, that people eat, is the white Pekin duck. I grew up right next to Pekin, Illinois, named after the city in China.
What?
In China. The Pekin duck. How many do we have at our place down here? We got 4. Billy, you feed them every day. 4 white ducks, or?
Yeah, 4.
Yeah, okay. We'll give you guys the tour tomorrow.
And I'm gonna ask how many ducks, and then when you give me the number, I'm just gonna be like, yeah, okay.
You can feed our ducks, okay? They love to eat. How old's your son there? 8. That's their favorite food. They love to eat, 8-year-olds. Yeah, this is going to be great, okay? See, the Pekin duck, they can make it to the plate. Ducks' average lifespan is 5 to 10 years, depending on the breed, but they can live up to 20 years if you care for them. Muscovy ducks have an average life of 8 to 12, and in captivity, they usually live 18 to 20 years. Large breeds of ducks have the shortest lifespans. Domestic ducks can live anywhere from 10 to 15 years. Okay. The duck DNA is incredible. We studied that a couple times on this program. Just the DNA, the deoxyribonucleic acid, the code to make the duck. That chromosome.
It's not code. I mean, the DNA is not code, camp. Code implies intent. It's a loaded statement.
Is so complex. Each cell in your body, in the human body, you have 46 of these chromosomes. If you took, except for the gametes, if you took a chromosome out and unwound it and untwisted it all the way out, it'd be 6 feet long. If you tied one person's chromosomes together, it would go across the solar system twice.
Wow, that's like if you put every copy of the same book and stacked them on top of each other, it'd go way up into the sky. It's all the same.
And you think that happened by chance and nobody made it. That's the code.
Emergent complexity, you fucking moron.
To make a baby. The duck has that amazing code in its chromosomes that tells it how to make the feathers, the beak, the heart, the muscles, everything in that code. And you really think it happened by chance? Some of you guys, you need help. Okay.
And you really just think it was specially created for no fucking reason. You need help. See how easy it is to do, Kent? You're going to need to bring us something with a little more substance to the field, okay?
Okay. Usually, the female is more drab, and the male is more glamorous, maybe to attract attention away from the female and the babies. This guy said, last year, I was surprised to find my female mandarin duck was turning into a male. This is quite an article. BBC News, you ought to read this. The ducks, if they need to, can change sexes. And they don't change their pronouns, though, okay?
Bigot.
Even as a zoology graduate and someone who kept birds in an aviary since I was 10, I had absolutely no idea this could happen.
Birds in an aviary? An aviary? What, like Tex Avery, the famous cartoonist? Aviary, you fucking moron, you illiterate hillbilly. How the fuck do you have an illiterate hillbilly prick come from the fucking Midwest is beyond me, but here we are.
I started investigating. It turns out the way birds express their sex is a fiendishly complex matter. You can read all about that. Have you ever considered what ducks do have under there? The answer may surprise you. We don't usually think of birds as having a penis, but male ducks do. Most birds don't, okay? Ducks can become very aggressive during mating, and if they try to force a female duck to mate, the rate of successful sperm transfer is very low. How do ducks mate is through external fertilization. Unlike birds with external fertilization, ducks breed through internal fertilization. Now,
But ducks are birds, Kent, so that means that some birds have the internal versus the external. Why did God make it that way? Are you going to explain, or are you just going to say that it just is as a de facto? Come on, I need answers here. Blah, blah, blah.
In other words, the sperm meets the egg inside the female. Sometimes they just spread it on the water, let her pick it up if she wants. Some animals are fertilized through external fertilization. Okay. Let's see. Strange part is that males have a corkscrew-shaped penis. The female's vagina canal is even more intricate. A complexity of organs ensures that the female...
Remember, it's Sunday morning, and you're looking for good Christian content, and you tune into this.
Female chooses who fertilizes her eggs. She can't stop him from mating with her, but she can decide, I don't want him to be the dad. Let's see. The act of duck reproduction is interesting. Many people are surprised to discover duck sex is more closely related to human than other birds. There's the male duck's penis hanging down there. Male duck.
Oh, yeah, we all really wanted to see that. We all really wanted to see that. Let me screenshot. Yeah, Maria, I haven't been to Western Minnesota, so I clearly am in for an awakening. Actually, now that you talk about it, it makes complete sense. Especially with the way Illinois was going through. I ain't seen so many goddamn fields my entire life.
Ducks have a corkscrew-shaped penis. Does a duck have a penis up like a corkscrew? Interesting. Researchers believe when the penis becomes erect, it does so with lymph. Erection by blood or muscle. Let's see. It all happens quickly because there's nothing to support the duck's erection, so reproduction can occur in a fraction of a second. I'm on top. Slam, bam, thank you, ma'am. They're done. Okay? That's it.
Ew. Don't say that again, Kent. Ew.
Male duck's penis is longer than its body. Let's see. 15 to 40 centimeters. Maybe longer than the duck's body. Let's see. It can brush away sperm from competitors. And it can also lasso the female with his penis. How long did that take to evolve? Okay. Birds reproduce sexually.
2.5 weeks. I don't know, Kent. Ask a fucking scientist and not someone random online, you dumb piece of shit.
And have separate sexes and so males and females must mate for fertilization to occur. Most avian species do not have a penis, but larger birds such as the duck, ostrich, and emu have a conical-shaped penis wider at the base. Sperm transfer from the male to female during reproduction ranges from releasing the sperm into the water environment to external fertilization. To the joining of cloaca in birds, to the development of the penis for a direct...
It's just me or his odd body movements, like he's getting uncomfortable, like he's getting excited by reading all this. It's fucking disturbing, man.
Delivery into the female's vagina. All birds reproduce by laying eggs, which are produced inside the female and then deposited in the nest. So, how do ducks mate? Internal fertilization. This means the sperm is transferred from male to female to fertilize the egg, just like humans. Duck reproduction facts. Male duck's reproductive organ is shaped like a corkscrew. In female ducks,
boy, he's really honing in on this corkscrew penis thing.
The vagina is simply not simply a tube, but it twists and winds inside. And believe it or not, it corkscrews the wrong way. And they can still make babies. Now, how did that evolve? When a male duck...
your brain doesn't work at all, and yet somehow you're still alive. How does that work?
Is ready to win over a female, you may notice performances like head bobbing, tip, till up, wing flapping, grunt, whistle, swimming low, flat backing. All this from trying to get attention, okay? Okay.
We get it. You know a lot about horny ducks.
It's an awesome video here we're going to read about or watch about duck making babies.
This is an awesome video we're going to watch here. He said that shit.
This is an awesome video here we're going to read.
This is an awesome video about duck sex. What the fuck, Kent?
Watch about duck making babies. Let me get over here. We'll interrupt this a few times. Let's see, right here.
Moves along the surface, feeding by putting their heads in the water. And the practice that I imagine to other ducks is rather seductive. Different dabbling species have evolved many different types of...
different duck species. My God, it sounds like announcements at the airport.
Special bills that act like our fingertips when looking for food.
Did you hear that? They have evolved many special types of bills. You got to give evolution the glory. You can't give God the glory. They won't publish it on BBC or anything, This
has nothing to do with whatever the fuck your obsession with glory is. It's stating fucking facts, you idiot. Your deity hadn't been proven to exist in any way, let alone any of the claims made by you on behalf of that specific deity, let alone all the other theistic options out there. We're going to go with naturalistic explanations because that's how reality clearly, by all evidence, works. So yeah, they're going to point out evolution because there are no other alternatives to biological diversity on this planet. There are no other ideas, Kent. It's just... aren't.
Communist News Network. It's got to give evolution the glory. So ignore that part. Okay, they're wrong. Tell them I said so.
Tell them I said so. Hey, audience! Tell the BBC, which I'm sure Kent knows a ton about in the search history. That they're wrong, and the Communist News Network that they're wrong, and they're gonna respond back. Who the fuck is Kent Hovind? Because no one fucking cares about you, Kent. Also, if you're just joining me, turns out Restream the comment integration with YouTube is broken, so the only way I can see your comments is to look on my phone, which means I can't show any of them or do any of the other special stuff. So this really sucks. It makes me not want to stream later if this is broken.
Many dabbling duck's bills have teeth-looking comb-like structures called lamellae, which filter out mud and water when picking up seeds or bugs.
So they do have little tiny teeth to filter out the mud and stuff. You'll see that tomorrow when you feed the ducks. They'll eat right out of your hand, but it's just a little pinch. They're real tiny teeth, okay? In there. Let's see right out here.
Diving ducks, on the other hand, like their name suggests, head down below to find their food. This can sometimes be a pretty impressive feat. Long-tailed ducks have been netted at 240 feet down in an Ontario.
Imagine swimming down 240 feet.
Wow. Kent, there's a lot of creatures that swim down 240 feet, like these ducks they're talking about. People who specialize in diving. Whales, sharks, lots of other stuff. It's almost as if things do that all the fucking time.
Humans can go. I should have looked up the record. Look it up. Record for free diving without a scuba tank. Just one breath of air. How far down was the human record? I'd get it.
Ken Hovind, the type of dumbass who try to go scuba diving with a snorkel.
I would guess it's less than 100. Okay, but anyway, ducks.
Lake. All ducks, dabbling or diving, spend their lives around water. Thus, those webbed feet. Webbed feet act like swim fins, allowing them to push through the water with ease.
6 meters.
What is it?
136 meters.
136 meters?
Yeah, Kent, it's pretty fucking deep. No shit. I don't give a fuck about diving yet. I knew it was pretty up there.
Yeah.
Free
The stream just dying on him.
Okay. What? 213 meters? World record. Is that with scuba gear? Without scuba gear. Okay. Anyway, ducks do it.
It's funny, we watched in real time Kent just get fucking owned by facts that he can't deny because he can't use, it doesn't object to his God, so he can't, argue against it. It's like, yeah, that's not true. It's like, oh, okay.
Then go way down there. Right. Now look at
look at that. He's like, oh shit, I was wrong. I can't be wrong. And he's trying to gracefully exit.
The feet of the duck. The way they keep their feet from freezing took millions of years to evolve. See, for a long time, they all died because their feet froze off standing on the ice. They finally learned a way to do it. I'll show you. It's pretty amazing.
So how do ducks swim in such cold water or stand on the ice in the winter without freezing their feet or sticking to the ice? Well, they have a special countercurrent heat exchange system and thus lose very little heat through their feet and legs. Basically, the warm blood flowing to the feet passes by the cold blood returning from the feet. This cools the warm blood to a temperature warm enough to supply nutrients and oxygen to the foot and ward off frostbite. Penises! Ducks have them. Most other birds don't. In fact, only 3% of birds have penises. It turns out that during the
I'm going to find it legitimately amazing that he's not talking anything about the presenter here.
development, a special
But look at him. He's staring so intently. He's super enthralled with the animal dicks. I mean, my God, is he obsessed with animal dicks.
protein, BMP4,
Yeah, I've never seen him this razor focused on anything, ever. I'm not even trying to be funny about it. Look at this shit.
kills off the cells that would turn into a perfectly acceptable penis. In ducks, this doesn't happen. So, penis they have, and what a penis. Muscovy ducks don't just have a run-of-the-mill member.
He doesn't make any comment about that being perverted or anything. He just, is like, whatever. He just looks at the camera for a second.
Theirs is
But it's like he's just double checking on time or something and then goes back.
corkscrew-shaped. They eject this rather tortured-looking instrument from where it usually hides, in their cloacal sac, directly into the female muscovy vagina. The male corkscrew penis falls off after each mating season and grows.
Did you hear that? It falls off after the season and he grows a new one. I would like to know, A, how that evolved, and B, what he thought about the first time it happened. And C, how he explained it.
Oh no, Kent. What'd you think the first time you took a breath? What did you think the first time your heart started pumping blood? What did you think the first time you took a dump? You know, I mean, come on, Kent. I mean, all those things happen when you're, before when you're fucking, some of it before you're barely anything. But most of the stuff happens pretty quickly after birth. So it's not the best analogy. But the point I'm going at is that all these things are traits that were already things. The animal, it's going to happen. And the animal's just like, oh, okay, this fucking happened.
To his son going off on his honeymoon. Well, boy, here's what's going to happen. No, Dad, you kidding? No, son, I'm serious.
Yes, because this is a Disney cartoon and ducks have perfectly normal human lives.
How did this evolve? See, for millions of years, they
I don't know, Kent. Ask an expert, and would you stop saying the same stupid jokes over and over? It ain't funny.
all died because it didn't grow back. They just all died for millions of years. Okay.
Goes back in proportion to the other male competition. So more ducks mean bigger penises. Now, I love a good penis story as much as the next scientist, but the real story here is the vagina, which has evolved to look even more crazy than the penis. It is also corkscrew shaped, but it does so.
Yep. Tune into this lovely, Christian channel talking about the duck vaginas, the corkscrew penises, and the microcosms of the duck uterus, and holy shit, the ovum. Oh, the ovum.
In the other direction with many twists, turns, pockets, and dead ends.
Look at that, he's just making spirals in the air. Like, what the fuck, Kent? What the fuck are you doing?
In order to make uncorking the bottle, so to speak, as
Look at him, he's getting hot and bothered over here. This is fucking sick.
difficult as possible. Scientists think that the vagina is the result of an evolutionary war of the sexes.
Yeah, you got to have evolution in there.
I gotta have evolution in there. Because it's the only model of biodiversity that is even worth considering, Kent. Get the fuck over it, old man. Your magic sky daddy idiocy holds Jack Diddley's shit sway over the reality of the universe.
Why don't you stop and think before you say stuff
Why don't you stop and think before you say shit, Kent?
like that? Do you ever think about what you think about? Think about that.
Do you?
With the super aggressive males trying to impregnate as many females as possible, and the females trying to limit the amount of sperm that actually penetrates the fences. Either way, it makes for an interesting icebreaker at your next party. That is, if you want to be known as the corkscrew penis guy. That one's up to you.
That is all Hovind thinks about. He is known as corkscrew penis guy. Maybe that's why he has an obsession with it. Maybe he's got deformities.
What should I check out next? Please let me.
All right. How did this evolve? Here we have an animal. How many ducks do we have down there? Billy, you feed them all the time. I feed them probably 30?
There's 29.
29. Okay. So we feed them all the time, and they are amazing creatures. How did this evolve? Not the duck itself, the blood flow to the feet. How did that evolve? And you guys, and this method of making babies.
Quite honestly, I'm pretty sure ChatGPT could trivially summarize everything that Hovind ever asks in any of making babies. I could do an entire one-shot responding to every single making babies if I felt like it. And watch as he ignores that I did it.
I would just like an answer. You guys just don't get it. You make up a story. Well, it must have happened because here it is. That's not science. That's a religious belief. So that's it for the ducks making babies. I'd like to know how this evolved. You guys are 0 for 143 now, I think.
What? So is the rest of this just complete bullshit? Yeah. Yeah, the rest of this is just complete bullshit. Okay. Okay. We're not even going to go further. We don't need to. There he was talking about ducks making babies, and then he spends the rest of this on outdated Q&A and shit we're not even remotely going to bother with. All right. So, Restream isn't showing any damn comments. So that's going to make doing streams where I interact with the audience fucking difficult. So that may mean no additional streams today until Restream gets their shit together. So I'm a little pissed off because obviously I was really planning to take things to task today, but I guess that's just going to be delayed till tomorrow or whenever the hell Restream fixes its shit. I might delink and re-authenticate my YouTube channel. Maybe that'll fix things. But right, that's the end of this stream. Just wanted to cover that one. Much love as always. Catch everyone next time.